What's good with y'all? You know what it is. It's your boy, the chosen one, God's chosen son, coming back with another one. Man, it's early. All praises to the Most High for waking us up. Of course, you watching this video, I pray that you are blessed in these times, right? Now let's get right into what I want to talk about. Originally, I wasn't even gonna make a video on this situation because it don't involve me, right? It don't involve me. So, when stuff don't involve you, just stay out of it, right? But it be stuff to learn within a lot of these situations. Now, within the community and the space, for those who pay attention, New Breed and Ringo have had a falling out. And I don't want to focus on that, right? I don't want to focus on that aspect of what's going on. It's going to be a million people that make videos on that. And that's kind of why this brought me here. I saw a video somebody made this morning about it. And he was like, taking clips out of context and stuff like this and just uploading it. And, I just see the comments and all this. Well, these two brothers, they what's up with this chosen ones? Everybody masking being a chosen one. Now they letting the mask slip and all of this type of stuff. Now, Brody, the facts of the matter is, in the Bible, it's funny because it talk about a lot of people being scoffers and having that scribe and Pharisee mindset, right? The holier than thou mindset, right? And I like to judge men on their fruits, right? And I'm gonna be speaking in avocation more so for Breed in this video, because I believe that Ringo, I'm gonna keep it a bean. I believe he's a narcissist. I believe he incited this whole situation. I believe that it didn't even have to come to the net. And before I even talk about this, I went to Unlimited Potential Farms. I talked to Breed. I had a conversation with that man. And when you have a conversation with somebody in real life, when you meet them in real life, it's different than watching them through a TV screen, right? You get to feel the essence, the aura, the energy they exude. And you can tell that when somebody is a genuine person and when somebody is a snake, bro. And I call him General Breed for a reason. That man has a warrior-like spirit, bro. But enough with the praise, man. I say this to say, we go on the tube, bro, and we look at social media. I had to delete social media this year for this reason. We go on the tube, watch these people, go on social media, look at these people and forget that these people are just men. So now you got people questioning the integrity of Breed when he has works. He's put his hand to the plow, started UP Farms, donated to people, did all of this type of stuff. But when some drama come up, now it's, oh, they were never chosen. Oh, they're letting the mask slip. Oh, and people acting like if they weren't in a similar situation, you wouldn't defend yourself or react in some type of way. And in that way you react, it may not be the correct way to act or react. It may not be Christ-like or whatever, but you're a human being. You're not going to do everything perfect. People, whenever we have our shortcomings or whenever we get caught up in something and now people are in the audience watching, everybody wants to have their own opinion. And it'd be a lot of people with the scribe and Pharisee mindset. Well, you're not supposed to do that and this and that, and scoffing and saying who's who's chosen and who's not. How about you focus on your own soul-saving salvation, bro? How about you focus on your own journey with Christ, bro? And your own journey with God. How about you realize that at the end of the day, these people on YouTube, Breed is just a man. Ringo is just a man. We all flawed. Those are the facts of the matter. Why do we get so caught up in this whole like social construct of worrying about other people. Worry about your own salvation, bro. Worry about saving your own eternal soul. Because at the end of the day, God is not gonna be like, what you gonna say? Well, man, I was watching Breed and he led me astray, or I was watching Ringo and he led. No, he's going to sit there and ask you what you did for yourself. Yeah. Okay. All right, I see. All right, who picking you up? Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm making a video. All right. No, you too. Yeah, man. But at the end of the day, he's gonna ask you what you've done, what works you've put in. You're not gonna be able to say anything else, who else was chosen and all of this. Well, I was focused on this person that I thought was chosen and trying to rebuke and trying to. It's not gonna be none of that. You gonna get judged for what you do. So why keep worrying about how another man in the faith is moving? Why keep worrying about the dirt that's coming up in the faith and in the community and following all of that stuff, bro? And letting it affect you to the point where now you got to be in the comments. Now you got to be scoffing. Now you got to be, I wouldn't have did it like this. I wouldn't have did it like that. Who cares, right? Now, with this whole situation, it's entertaining. It is entertaining. We got to keep it a bean on what stuff be. It's an entertaining situation because people like drama. People like drama. It's like the world thrives off negative stuff. Drama is a negative aspect of life. So people love to tap in because they want to take themselves away from the drama within their own life by viewing somebody else's. It's very narcissistic, truth be told, in its own way. But all in all, I met with Breed and we had some good conversations, man. Unlimited Potential Farms was amazing. You witnessed me and him had some good conversations, and I'm gonna advocate for those brothers, right? I'm gonna do my part, and put my message out there and advocate for them brothers and their integrity because I met them personally. And I had conversations with them personally. And it was no malicious intent. And at the end of the day, like I said, they just men, they prone to their own mistakes and falling and whatnot like that. But, you know, the righteous fall several times and get back up. Not saying that Breed fell in this moment or anything with this whole debacle, but you know, when somebody coming for your integrity, it's easy to get outside yourself, right? So I understand it. We got to start coming from a place of understanding our brothers and sisters in the situation and the plights that they going through. But that's why I can't stand this social media stuff and why I had to delete it, because it's so fake. It's so easy to misconstrue and edit the truth. It's just so easy to do that. But as far as speaking on Ringo, in this situation, bro, my man's is Born Row. He got a YouTube channel, and a couple months ago, I'm gonna just say what I say, right? A couple months ago, you know, he made a video on the brothers and stuff. It was on a panel, and Ringo, nobody disagreed with what my brother had said. I agreed too, and not because he's my brother, but because, you know, it was true. But nobody disagreed except Ringo. Ringo came in, getting irate, started making a billion videos. You got to think to yourself, a man is about to sit here and make 5-hour-long videos, 10 of them boys, and be sitting up here stalking, like in this Breed situation. He watching all of this dude videos, thinking that it's subs being thrown at him and stuff, when he just talking about topics that could be relative to anybody. That's very narcissistic, bro. You think the world revolves around you. You think only You think this man is really thinking about you like this, bro? He was hurt because he didn't read his messages or hear his messages. It's crazy. But back to the Rose situation, you know. Yeah, Ringo got mad and made a million videos like he usually do. And I'll see y'all later. He got mad and made a million videos like he usually do. And you know, at that point, I had a little bit of background insider information because Ro, he was in contact with Breed and Yuwatazan stuff. So I was hearing a little bit of stuff. And man, from that point on, I was like, yeah, this guy, Ringo, is a clown. I'm like, he's a clown, bro. Those are the facts of the matter. Come after me if you want to, Ringo. Don't do that. I ain't trying to do all that. I'm just talking. That's my ego getting in the way. But we can keep that in the video. But no, for real, on a real note though, I just knew from that point on, I was like, I can't rock with this guy. I was like, I see this man for what he really is, right? You know, like said, you know, eyes to see, ears to hear. We know the scripture, right? And you know, it just is what it is. But but the main thing is, man, we be so worried on who's chosen. Is this person chosen? Is that person really in the faith? Is this person? How about you worry about if you're really chosen, or if you're really doing the works for God, or if you're really trying to better yourself and repent, right? We all got work to do. Let's do it.